This video will review some of the typical dual tank troubleshooting topics. Material temperatures. All flexible fast adhesives should be between 70 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit at the time of application. Colder adhesive will consume more propellant, leaving residual adhesive in the tank, reducing the published coverage rates for the adhesive. Two-component adhesives will change reaction times based upon material temperatures. Material below 70 degrees Fahrenheit will react slower in colder temperatures, which in turn could decrease rooftop productivity. Temperature sensing tip. All dual tank guns come with temperature sensing tips. When the material temperature is above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, the tip will be translucent. When the material temperature is below 70 degrees Fahrenheit, it will turn blue. Colder the material, darker the tip. Shaking tanks. Every tank has liquid adhesive and propellant. The two must be mixed together to ensure even dispersion throughout the tank. To mix the two together, the cylinder should be shaken for 30 seconds. You can knock or tap on the cylinders to tell if the cylinders are properly shaken. Non-shaken cylinders will have an empty ting sound. And a shaken cylinder will have a thud sound. A second way to tell if the material has been shaken is to watch it dispense out of the gun without a tip. Non-shaken material will be a liquid stream, and shaken material will be a frothy stream. Tanks will require additional shaking throughout the day. If tanks are not shaken, it can reduce the application speeds and coverage rates. Trigger pull. To achieve the proper coverage rate out of a new set of tanks, you should apply a quarter trigger pull at the beginning use of the cylinder. As you use more adhesive, you can increase the trigger pull to 1/2 or 3/4. If more than 1/4 trigger pull is used from the start of the cylinder, the propellant could be consumed before dispensing the entire cylinder, leaving residual adhesive in the tank and reducing published coverage rates. Changing tips. Changing tips is a key action to achieve proper coverage rates and proper ratio. Tips should be changed within 15 seconds after dispensing stops. Mixed adhesive sits in the mixing tip and extension tube, causing a restriction for further dispensing. This restriction can cause decreased coverage rates from the tanks. If the tips are not changed, the gun can cross over due to restriction of the cured adhesive. Second day use. Dual tank adhesive can be used for up to 30 days after the initial use. Follow the standard setup guidelines for initial tank setup. Shake the tanks, knock or tap on the cylinders for the proper sound, then purge the hose to get the frothy streams. Air pockets will occur after shaking the cylinders and will need to be purged out of the hose. Splatter pattern. Dual tank splatter should cover 50% of the substrate at the time of fleece installation. Flat, smooth surfaces, like single-ply recovers, will use less adhesive than porous surfaces like granular cap or gypsum decks. Porous surfaces, like modified bitumen, will require a heavier application of adhesive to achieve the 50% coverage of the substrate at the time of fleece installation. The speed of the application and distance of the gun will also impact the amount you will need to overlap each pass. Bead size. Beads less than 1.5 inch wide will have less holding strength and will take longer to come to string. Dual tank adhesive must be applied at 1.5 inch wide beads to ensure proper system performance. For reference, there is a 2-scale drawing on the dual tank box top. When beads are applied, you must use the static mixing tip and extension tube provided with each kit. This will ensure the adhesive is concentrated to bead form rather than a splatter pattern. For more information or further assistance, please contact your local sales representative.